Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about two TP-Link smart home devices that I've bought, the bulb and the switch. We'll start with the bulb and we'll have a quick look at the item and the box. So this is the smart Wi-Fi LED bulb. This is the color changing one and it's the 11 kilowatt one and it's compatible with Amazon Alexa. I'm going to be using mine with my Alexa.
Alexa, make me a sandwich.
Okay, you're a sandwich.
If you have the same one as me and you live in the UK, it'll come as a screw fitting with a bayonet adapter in the box, and we'll see that in a minute. Really, is this going to change your life? No, but it's a lot of fun. We bought this as a present for my son in his bedroom, and obviously if you anywhere you've got Alexa voice control, you've got the option to fit smart home devices. So have a quick look inside the box and see what's in there. There's the usual very difficult to get into instruction pamphlet stuff. Quick start guide is probably what I'll use. Some other bits and bobs that we won't go into too much detail on. I mean, it's fairly self-explanatory, this. It's not rocket science, really. As long as you can run an app on a mobile device, you'll be alright. Here's the bulb itself. It's quite big. It's definitely got a glass lid on it. And here's the bayonet adapter that you need. And as you can see, we're going quite fast through this. I think you guys have seen unboxings before. It's a long item, though. If you put that in a light bulb socket, it's going to extend quite a long way down, so suited to a big lampshade. Here's the switch. Okay, I've already taken it out of the box because I've been using this one a little bit. The switch is plastic device. If you're in the UK, it comes with a 3-pin plug, which is nice. It's got a little switch on the top and also a switch on the front, which helps it connect to your Wi-Fi. But all of the work is actually done through an app. The good thing about the switch is it'll take a full 13 amps, which is the maximum in the UK. So you can fit a pretty heavy duty device to this, like a fan or something with quite a large load, and not worry too much about the impact. You can see that on the box it talks about energy monitoring. Both these devices have energy monitoring built in, so you can see what your energy consumption has been through the device, although I'm not quite sure how actually useful that's going to be honest. Okay, inside the box, very quick whiz through, quick start guide, some bits of paperwork and a place where it was at. So not very exciting unboxings, but these devices themselves are a lot of fun actually. So what we'll do is we'll have a little look at the apps and the setup quickly without going into too much detail, and I'll show you what they do, and then you can decide whether you want to get them yourself. Now, as I said, they're not going to change your life, but it is a lot of fun having remote activated devices, and these both devices do work really well with Amazon Alexa, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, let's have a little look at the apps. They're going to use two apps on any mobile device. I'm using an Android device here, and you run the Casa app. The Casa app is the app that TP-Link provides that enables you to control the devices. You can see I've got them both on here, the light and the switch. Okay, you can see you've got your energy summary there and various other settings. Once you've set up the Casa app and got it connected to your Alexa, you never need to look at this again unless you want to. You can see with the light you've got some color changing options. You've got some energy also monitoring options. You can set up a schedule, though I haven't done that. Basically, I'm not going to be using most of this stuff because I'm going to be controlling my devices exclusively using Amazon Alexa and voice control, because I think that's really cool. But TP-Link does have all kinds of fancy options, and it will connect into their bigger smart home ecosystem if you have other devices. I just got these two to work with Alexa. So once you've set them up in Casa, what you then need to do is you then need to go and connect them to Amazon Alexa. And for that, you need to open the Amazon Alexa app. As you can see, you can add all kinds of other devices, as I said, as part of TP-Link's smart home ecosystem. There's a lot of clever stuff that I don't know anything about, but here we are talking about the light and the switch. Okay, let's nip over to the Amazon Alexa app and have a look at that. Okay, so on my Amazon Alexa, I actually have another device in addition to the light and the switch, which is my Nest home heating controller, which you might see pop up on the screen once it finally boots up. It takes a little bit of time to come to life. Sorry about the funny viewing aspect of this, by the way, but obviously mobile phone, it's not going to get a whole wide screen. So we're in the Alexa app now. Someone's waking up at 10:30 this morning. Okay, here though you saw 3 devices there, and one of the things I wanted to point out quickly is where you disable and enable the skill for TP-Link Casa, you have to do that. Okay, if you have problems getting them to connect, then you could go back into the Casa app and disconnect and reconnect them, but make sure they're set up for remote control. Okay, remote control needs to be set for them to work with Amazon Alexa. Okay, now here's a little demo.
Alexa, turn switch on.
Okay.
Alexa, turn switch off.
Okay.
Alexa, turn light on.
Okay.
Alexa, make light 100%.
Okay.
Alexa, turn light green.
Okay.
Alexa, turn light blue.
Okay.
Alexa, make light 10%.
Okay.
Okay, so you can imagine the applications. I can have the fan in my office, and when it gets hot, I can just tell the switch to switch the fan on. And obviously, if you're in bed and you want the main lights of your room to be on and off, or in the living room before you get there, you can just switch them on and off remotely using Alexa. Quite cool. Let's summarize with some pros and cons and a conclusion then. So, on the plus side, they're pretty reliable. You need decent Wi-Fi, but once it's set up, the response times aren't always super fast, but in general, the performance is reliable. Obviously, if you have a power cut or you lose your Wi-Fi, then you lose your connection and your capability to communicate with your devices. The switch is excellent. It's probably more flexible than the bulb because it can control lots of different types of devices, even a light if you want, and it'll take the full 13 amps of a normal supply, so you can attach heavy-duty devices to it, which is quite cool. The bulb is pretty bright and will light a full room to a moderate level, so it isn't super dim like some of those other LED bulbs are, and obviously controllability and other stuff is a lot of fun. On the downside, the bulb is a very long fitting and dangles down a long way if you put it in a vertical fitting, and it pokes above normal lampshades, so that extra extension, if you're using the bayonet adapter, makes the whole unit quite long and a bit awkward. You need good Wi-Fi for this to work properly, and it needs to be a consistent signal, because if you're losing the signal and getting it back again, the devices aren't going to work reliably. Setup is fairly easy, but it's not completely foolproof, and it certainly wouldn't be something that I would recommend for non-geeky people, or certainly not elderly parents or anyone like that. They're going to struggle setting this up, I think. In conclusion then, the Switch I'd say is probably my favourite of the two devices because it's more flexible. They aren't that expensive to buy. I think the Switch in my case was about £20 and the bulb was £40, which is a lot for a bulb but not so much for a fun device. But they aren't going to change your life. They're not going to sort of usher you into a new era, but at the same time, if you like geeky stuff and fiddling around and you enjoy using your Amazon Alexa and voice control stuff sounds fun to you, I'm sure that you won't regret spending the money. Thanks then.